Hi, how are you? Microsoft has earnings of $20.51 billion in the first fiscal quarter, higher than expected. Company highlights that it had revenue of $45.32 billion in its first fiscal quarter in 2022, an increase of 22% from last year. Growth in Microsoft's cloud computing business helped boost its profit in the first quarter of fiscal 2022, ended in September, compared to the same period last year. The technology company reported on Tuesday, 26, quarterly earnings of $20.5 billion, or $2.71 a share, up 48%, up from $1.82 a year ago and surpassing its record quarterly earnings, set in the prior period, at over $4 billion. Microsoft noted that about $3.3 billion of its profit was due to an income tax benefit related to the transfer of intangibles, but said earnings without that benefit would have been $2.27 per share, still above expectations. Wall Street consensus expectations of $2.08 per share. Microsoft's profits soared during the pandemic, thanks to continued demand for its cloud computing software and services for remote work and study. The company reported revenue of $45.32 billion in its first fiscal quarter in 2022, an increase of 22% from last year. Analysts had expected revenue of $44 billion, according to projections by FactSet Research. Sales of what Microsoft calls the Smart Cloud segment, which includes server products and its Azure cloud computing platform, were $17 billion, up 31% from the previous year. The company has been competing with Amazon, Google and other cloud providers for big business and government contracts. There has been relatively slower growth in Microsoft's personal computing business segment, which includes Windows software licenses for new computers. Sales in the segment grew 12% to $13.3 billion. Microsoft is still releasing the next generation of its Windows software, called Windows 11, its first major update in 6 years, while the personal computer market has also been hit by supply chain problems. On Tuesday, Microsoft shares were up 0.71% on the NASDAQ aftermarket, traded at $310.11.